as well as he's here sponsoring with the PVA. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And that was Rick Messer just wrapping up the course. We're going to get his final time. As the camera, you can wave to the camera. We're going to wait for the official time here for Rick Messer. Next up on the course will be number 4, Ron Smith of the U.S. Navy, Parkersburg, Iowa. It is his 10th Super G.
Wow.
So a veteran in this event.
Oh yeah, he's made it look easier.
Really?
Hey, when you come to
Still
Long
waiting
Beach,
for the
you know,
official
just-
time here. Again, we thank Martin Truex Jr. here for joining us here today
Yes.
with the PVA and Toyota. Speaking of Toyota, they are one of our sponsors here with the Super G, presented by UPS and Toyota. It's the 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Very much for your time, Thursday. Thanks, buddy.
Pleasure.
My first time commentating, I appreciate that.
That was good. Did a really good job.
Where's the time being kept? We're coming.
Again, that was Martin Truex Jr. with the PVA and Toyota. We're going to bring in Mike Gilbo back with me. Mike, you got to do just a little bit of watching that time. What did you think about Rick?
I thought he struggled a little bit, but a lot of these guys are the first time, you know, they're qualifying for the Super G. They did the slalom. The slalom's a 100-meter time course, not nearly as difficult. You feel like you're ready to take on the world when you finish that. Now, just accomplishing this, even slow and struggling, by the time you get done this thing, your arms is burning, you're happy, but you feel like, wow, I just overcame something. So it's not all about time, it's just about never say and die. He didn't give up, he went and went and went until he got it done.
And Ron Smith,
Ron
a
Smith
10-year vet here.
Yeah, and he's made this look easy on a few occasions. He's been known to come close to winning this and win it at certain points. Like you said, 10 years, he's had a lot of runs at it. Very experienced guy, and again, you get a little bit of difference in classes. He's one of the higher classes, so he has a little more mobility, a little more trunk strength, and
hit a tennis ball there, so that's going to be a second. And the time for Rick Messer was 13:07.6. So still a respectable time there for Rick, especially in his first Super G.
Right, exactly. Because you've got a 100-meter time course for the regular one. This is well over 100 meters, and it's got twice the obstacles. You think you were burning at the end of the first one, you're only halfway through burning when you get to this thing. And they do leave some very real difficult obstacles at the end when you got nothing left.
Right.
Climb all those steps after you just did every other thing.
And you know, well, one of the differences I've seen here between Samuel Hudson and Ron Smith is Samuel, it was his first games, but he's a bigger guy, a much muscular guy compared to Ron. And Ron is kind of like the gritty veteran, been here before, he knows what to expect really from a course, regardless of how more difficult this one is compared to other ones. And he's doing a really, really good job. He's only had one problem thus far, and it was a tennis ball over there. And he made that on the vert ramp there, he made that one look easy.
And not only the obstacles, but you notice he's really good. Oh, he's gonna have to redo that now, I think. Oh, they're gonna call that good? Okay.
Now over the mattress.
A lot of these cone sections is a place to make up time, because you can get speed between the obstacles. Besides setting up for the obstacle, anytime you can make speed through the obstacles, like over there, it's all flat. It still adds agility and quick movement, but you can make time, because some people are so careful for the cones, they're going slow. You can try and do that fast and gain a lot of time.
Let's see how he does against the ladder. This is one that's been giving a lot of people problems, but it doesn't look like it's going to give him a problem. I'm really interested to see a time here, because that 6-minute run by Samuel Hudson might be beaten here on our fourth competitor of the day, Ron Smith from Parkersburg, Iowa, a U.S. Navy veteran in his 10th Super G appearance.
Again, Texas and Iowa, country boys, do a lot of pushing out on some pot rolls and gravel roads.
That's right.
They don't have smooth asphalt to push on like we do all the time, so I expect a lot from those guys that live out in the sticks and not really in an urban environment.
A little bit of trouble in the mulch there, but he gets through it, and the gravel he will get through as well.
Now, he's usually pretty good in the ladder, too. That's usually not a problem for him.
Yeah, they had the first ladder with
Yeah,
ease,
he's
and
done.
the second ladder
And
just
that's uphill on the ladder. Now, here's where his mobility, he can make extra speed.
about 2 or 3
You know,
seconds
Rather
backwards.
than going slow and worry with the things, he's just going to try and make up a little speed. He's still saving power, but he's trying to get quickness here, too.
Backwards,
He's saving
forwards,
a little bit, but
through the cones. Now he's going to go again here through that smaller part.
do that 360 and then go backwards.
We'll
That's
go
the
back.
hardest part about the cones going backwards is trying to make sure you see the line and line up and not hit them. Because you can't really see what's behind.
Right, right. Now the second and last part here. He's got to be getting a little bit of tired, I would assume.
Yeah, but you know, it shows his endurance. He's going those stairs like he was at the beginning of the course.
An unbelievable job here from Ron Smith. And it looks like he might be able to cut that time, that first place time right now by Samuel Hudson down a little bit. He's going to raise the flag, ties it up. And the coup de four, the salute, and a little bit of flair on the salute too, as he's going to come down. Nice move there on the boards. Down, he's got to get a quick couple pushes here.
He ain't stopping pushing until he's across. Every push counts.
That was a great job. I'd have to see. We're going to have to wait for the official time. I think he got under that 6 minutes.
I'll tell you what, I really didn't think this course was going to be able to be run that fast. Just goes to show you how tremendous athletes these guys really are. Because just 100-meter courses, 6 minutes is tough to get through those.
Right, right. We'll have to see here. Going to wait for the official time. But a great, great job there.
Yeah, that
From
was
Ron
pretty
Smith.
impressive. You don't expect much from Ron Smith because he's done it many years. I've watched him do it. And
The fifth, looking to find the fifth competitor. I believe it'll be Larry Foster. And this is his 12th time
His
in the
12th.
Super G.
and where's
So
he from?
veteran to veteran.
29, huh?
Los Angeles, okay. He's from Los Angeles.
California.
I knew LAX to me was an airport, so I right, right.
Are you on right now?
So it will be Larry Foster.
Yeah.
And he will be the fifth.
It's down here. Hey, Ron.
I did everything right.
Yes.
I did not.
Larry Foster will get ready to go here. It is Super G, sponsored by Toyota and UPS, and Larry is off here in the 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games.
That's how they get through the obstacles.
And he did
Oh,
make
yeah.
that time. 5 minutes, 10 seconds flat for Ron Smith.
We expected good things from him, and he did not disappoint.
He did not disappoint, even a little bit. That was a great, great time there. 5 minutes, 10 seconds, but Larry Foster, I think, thinks he could beat that one. He gets through the door. Oh, the cone's wobbling, but none of the cones fell down there, so still a clean time thus far for Larry Foster.
Yeah.
You have to turn around, go backwards here.
Yeah.
He's still making very good time thus far in the front end of the cones. And you can see the people in the UPS shirts there putting some dishwater on that very slick part of this next obstacle.
Yeah, you got to carry your speed and have the angle before you get on the cart. Because if you don't have it lined up right and you're trying to adjust on that, you're in trouble.
And I see he's having a little bit of trouble there on
He's
where it's
slowly
been
getting
soaked
there,
up.
though. You can see the wheels turning, but he's not getting a lot of forward progress on
No.
those turns.
I think this is the one person I've seen had the most trouble on this one thus far. They might have put a little bit of extra soap on
Oh,
it.
he's looking ugly now. Oh, that's not going to be good.
A lot of trouble there. He's going to have to go backwards and
I think he's
redo
gonna take a new start at it. Yeah, his best bet is to start again, get a new, and get a nice line on it. 'Cause with that incline both ways, I think you have to hit it to the right, crabbing up the hill. So as you slide down, by the time you're at the end of it, you're centered.
Yeah, you're done, right.
But you got to have the momentum. You can't get on and almost stop and try to get. And he's awful slow at the beginning, so.
Looks like he might get it at the same spot where it looks like it's really, really lubed up, because you can see his wheels going, but he is not moving anywhere. Trying to hop it up now.
Yeah, any technique that works. It's all about adapting and overcoming, and if you can't do it one way, find another.
That's right.
I've seen a few people in that ripple board right there that's been giving a lot of people trouble.
Right.
That could not lift their cast and get it over, and have physically picked up their chair and bunny hopped it one at a time over them to get through the obstacle. Any way you can do it counts. As long as you follow the course and get through the obstacles, doesn't matter what technique you use. If it's different from anybody else, as long as it gets you there clean and doesn't break a rule, you're okay.
Foster gets through that obstacle. He had a little bit of a snag with the balls. I know he touched 1 or 2 here. He's going to try to make up some time. You see him really flying now, getting up and over the stairs, top half, and will now get down past the bottom half now. And now he's got those 2x4s.
Now we'll see how they'll burn his arms up. See how much that hill took out of him. He seems to be making good progress, though.
It was a little bit difficult for him, though, Mike, where he let off a little bit, gave up a lot of time there and a lot of energy on that basically slip and slide, as I will call it,
Yeah,
in that front pad.
That is basically trying to do a wheelchair on a slip and slide, without doubt. But again, you see, he's got the real skinny, smooth tires. No tread, no width. So on that soap and water, that's the biggest disadvantage.
Yeah, you know
You'll
what?
see some guy coming through with knobbies and stuff. It'll help him with flotation in the soft stuff, the mattress. It'll help him dig and bite going on the ladder, and that thing that's way worse than a ladder over there. God knows what you call that.
And now that you say that and you point that out, you can see on his tire that it is there is no tread. Like you said, no tread there.
Yeah.
And that's going to make things like that very difficult. And it makes sense now to see how his wheels were just turning and he wasn't moving.
Yeah, he's turning down too much. He's got to carry his angle up and then lean up the hill and hold that line. He's got to get both casters over the front. When he does get both casters far enough across, they'll say good, and then he can go down. But you know, if they don't say good, you don't keep going. He was smart to keep going back.
He
had
shut
no
the door.
problem getting over the line. Well, a lot of people have been coming down and then going back up to shut it, rather than trying to hold themselves on the hill and shut it.
I think actually Larry was almost at a disadvantage there, because I don't think the boards there to wheel down from the door were actually in the proper spot there. It looked like they were a little bit wide, so his chair couldn't even get down there. But he gets through that, and he's going to push up the ramp, now to stop and turn back around.
Lane way forward, yeah. When you're going down backwards, if you're sitting up high and you hit that little bump, you're going over.
You must want to exaggerate a little bit and lean way too
he backed
forward.
up and took a run at it. Smart move. He backed up some and out of the course just to get a little extra run, see? Smart little move to make sure he gets that first jump up there. Now, keep it going, Power. Now, he's making that obstacle look pretty easy considering.
And that's
again, you'll see some different chairs. You know, these are the chairs we use everyday activities.
Right.
You know, when we're going in and out of the bathrooms, they got to be narrow enough to fit through doors and stuff. And so you're not going to see a sports chair. The wheelie bars on the back for the sports chairs would hang up in these kind of obstacles. So this is everybody's everyday chair they use every day.
It was a good job, like you mentioned, for him to get a kind of a little bit of momentum there. If you see everybody that's had trouble on this ladder, it's because they did not get enough momentum to carry themselves through that first one.
They can't do more than one push on the top. Once it drops in, you're picking up and going one at a time. And it's basically a dead lift of yourself over each one of those 1x4s or whatever they are over there.
He's got through the sand, the mulch, and the gravel pretty easily.
Ladder. Let's see. He's got his wheels up. It looks like he's going to make good time getting through here. Yeah, he's making a good little technique on that one.
He's picking up a little bit of time from where he lost. We're going to have to see where his time was. I don't think it's going to be close to the 5:10
that
Ron Smith had. Yeah, that might be the time to beat for the afternoon.
That's the time to beat. There's still some strong guns coming now.
Still have Laura, still have
Then we have the
Trish.
classes listed on that, as what class they are. Sometimes you can kind of tell just by the way they maneuver the chair and hold the chair, and if they can move their trunk forward and back to rock their chair. that'll give you a little idea if they're a little bit less disabled. Certain guys, if they fall forward, they can't pick themselves up with their abs. They have to put their arm on the chair and pick themselves up.
Good time here on the steps. I think this is almost the second best I've seen on the
I'll tell
steps
you, that's
today.
good endurance. Even though he had troubles in spots, by the end, he's not totally pumped. I mean, there's no doubt his arms are burning, but
I'd
he's
have to
still got
say
some
so.
left because he made it up the steps. And I mean, that would be hard in itself.
So you have to raise the flag.
And like you said, they mentally, you gotta stay in it till the end and not forget. Forgetting something as simple as saluting the flag and you're DQ'd after all that work. So you gotta, it's a little mental jump. And he sprints to the finish, never say die.
And that's the good thing too, that a lot of people, if there's ever a close point there and someone is not really sprinting to that finish, they're gonna lose a good second or two.
Yeah, every push you can get in, you want. You don't want to coast because you're done and you're going downhill. Every second counts.
We're gonna have to see and wait for the official time there from Larry Foster.
Yeah, he had to get those extra seconds sprinting to make up for a couple cones. Although he didn't really do too much. He had a pretty clean run, you know. A cone here or there. Or the tennis ball wasn't even a cone, yeah.
We're enjoying a nice cold water there. I think it's well deserved,
yeah.
I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Foster, the Los Angeles native.
Yep, not a country boy, but still made it look pretty good.
That's right. That's right.
Probably from pushing around on the beaches in the sand. You know, the sand didn't give him too much problem, huh?
Josh Raketic, Mike Gilbo here for Xable.com. It's Super G, sponsored by UPS and Toyota. The 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, co-presented by Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Department of Veterans Affairs. In the 6th spot, I cannot see who is up there right now in the 6th spot.
John, is that Pete up there now?
Is it Labar? I think it's Trisha.
Is that Trisha?
I think it's Trisha Labar.
Is that Trish?
Trisha
Yeah, it
Labar,
does look
the
like Trish.
Dallas, Texas native,
Yeah.
served in the U.S. Army. This is her second Super G
Yeah.
competition.
Now she's one of the lowest class here, meaning the highest disability. Definitely not low class girl. She's Class X, but she is a Class 2. So she's the lowest class they allow in this event.
Okay.
And she runs with the big boys. Let me tell you, this girl can hold her own with any man.
It is the first female we've seen today. I think we're getting Larry Foster's time. We do. It's 7 minutes, 55 seconds, 0.5. So the second best time, excuse me, the third best time. I'm sorry, the third best time of the day. And Trisha going the sustained wheelie through on the top of those cones. And like you said earlier, everything's bigger in Texas, really. They have a big, hard-nosed attitude to those Texans.
Oh, yeah. And she's one heck of a wheelchair basketball player and wheelchair softball, and she snow skis, so she's got a lot of cross training. She's very athletic.
And she was also the top athlete last year. She won the award.
She won the Spirit of the Games last year. That's right, well deserved.
Ooh, she's
always willing to help train the new people, and she's very given to others. She's just a class act, Trisha.
She had a small issue there. I think she's going to get tacked on some time. She almost tipped over the side.
Yeah.
I think she had to be helped up.
Yeah, if they touch her, they'll give her a 5-second penalty. If they touch you and they think that you could have saved yourself without them touching you, they won't give you the penalty.
Right.
The officials are all making that call, but and you got all these volunteer spotters and officials. You know, you got to thank the volunteers and the sponsors. You know, all of us enjoy this. It helps prepare us for a better quality of life. Gives us confidence, builds self-esteem. If you do this, you go home, you feel you can do anything, but it wouldn't be possible for any of us to do without the volunteers and the sponsors. So, you know, you can never thank them enough.
Sponsors here for this one of the Super G is UPS and Toyota. Hundreds and thousands of volunteers really give their time here. Pittsburgh has really reached out and done a great job to be heard and help out here at the 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games.
Yeah, I've been to 14, and I'll tell you, this is, other than Anchorage, Alaska, and just because of location, that was just incredible. But they have done such a fantastic job here. Besides being where I had my first games, they've improved so much in that 14 years. This is one of the best run games that I've been to. And this level of competition is definitely steep because, like I said, these courses are the toughest they've ever been. And you're seeing great athletes have trouble with them. There you go, Trisha girl. Keep it clean.
Makes the spin, and it looks to be pretty clean as I look back among the course. It's been a pretty clean run.
You have to take another run at the incline board. This is a lot harder obstacle, especially after they burnt your arms up doing that. It's a lot. See, that's that camber. You have to lean up into the hill because she didn't lean into the hill and dumped her over down the hill. You can do this, girl.
She doesn't have any quit in her. She gets up there, got it.
Quitting this girl. No, she didn't get her casters over far enough to the left, so you're gonna have to keep going. You gotta go high and you gotta lean up the hill as you're pushing across.
The reigning Spirit Athlete Award winner.
She's gonna make it this time. She's good. She's good.
She will get to move on. Big round of applause there from this Pittsburgh crowd. It's the Convention Center in downtown Pittsburgh. If you are living in the Pittsburgh area, I definitely recommend you to come down here sometime today, tomorrow, sometime during these games and check out all the action. It's been absolutely fantastic. She will roll down and then shut the door.
Back up and hopefully not knock the goal.
Knock down one. That's really been the only blemish she's had penalty-wise thus far. You can see her very tired. I got to see her face looking over here, taking some really big, deep breaths.
Yeah, but that's what you got to do. You know, settle down. When you get shook up and frustrated, take some deep breaths, shake your arms out, you know. Back up, take a run at it like she's doing there.
Oh, it looks like she might get horizontal there. That's not what you want to do, Mike.
No, exactly. Mikey, once he got in that way, was really in for a long time getting out. Now she's in that predicament.
I've only really seen one person.
And the thing is, she's only a class 2. So the one thing she don't have, she can't use her abs to move her body up and down and forward and back. That's one of the disadvantages she had as one of those lower classifications. She has more physical disabilities that don't allow her to use little tricks some of the higher classes can do. When they rock their body and time it with their chair and their push. You know, it's all rhythm in this thing. Rhythm and brute strength. I mean, she's holding that wheelie up and you're basically deadlifting yourself up over that 1x4. But there is no quitness, girl. There is no quitness, girl. She will dig it out. She is one that will be very disappointed that she's not one of those 5-minute times. As hard as she tries, she's as competitive as they come. And she loves to have fun and cheers everybody else on, but she likes winning even more.
You know what? She's not one of the only ones that have trouble on this part either. Almost everybody has.
Yeah. It's only our top times that I even made this look somewhat easy. And even they didn't make it look easy. They struggled with it.
No, sir.
But they went through it a little faster.
Almost through the steps here.
Up again. She lost it again.
Again, the crowd here in Pittsburgh really applauding her on, giving her a lot of support here.
Let's go, Trisha. Dig deep, girl.
Oh, almost through. Almost. I think she has one more left to go. And she is out. And a big round of applause from the crowd. She's going to have to go through the 1x4s there now. But, you know, after ladders, it seems pretty easy to do 1x4s.
Yeah. After the 2x4s and the ladder and I don't know what I'd call that one. The carpeting, the shag. No, the red one.
Oh, the red one.
I don't even know what to call it.
Fireman's ladder.
Yeah.
Gets through the gravel, the mulch, and the sand pretty easily there. You can see some of the fast competitors here. You have Samuel Hudson there. Yeah. As well as...
Yeah, they're there, and Mike Thomas just cheering him on. Milwaukee Mike, good friend of mine, plays some softball with him. Yeah, good guy. His first time ever in the Super G, and after running just the regular slalom, you really get humbled when you say, I kicked butt. I was tired running 5 minutes in 100 meters. You know, it was 12 minutes for him to get through this one. And somebody else did it in 5. That's crazy. I never thought there'd be a time like that.
Right.
As hard as this course is. All right. Trisha's got a time to conserve a little energy here. It's good mobility stuff, which she's good at, but it's not really costing her a lot of power. So she's gonna try and get her breaths, keep herself moving quick, but get her breaths and get her momentum up. Hit her 360, go backwards, and try and save that last bit of energy to get up those stairs.
She had the forward, backward pretty good there, and then the 360. We'll go backwards, and then another tough part here with the stairs.
Yeah, they always leave something tough at the very end. When you've got nothing left, they're like, all right, keep bringing on, keep it coming. But you know, one heck of a job for one beautiful grandma. She was in the kickoff event where we did a little mini slalom exhibition on the Roberto Clemente Bridge on the first day of the games in the kickoff event. I hadn't seen her yet, but I knew she was here because I walked around, I saw Team Trish. All these beautiful young girls. I'm like, all right, Trish is around somewhere. Come to find out, there's her grandchildren. You know, you never know looking at her how pretty she is and the way she's sitting there ripping her up with 20-year-olds that she's a grandma.
I wouldn't have guessed that she was a grandma either. Almost done here, going to the home stretch of things, doing the stairs, the flag raise.
One heck of a role model for her family, though.
I agree 100%. You got Laura Schwanger now. Giving her a round of applause. The other female in the Super G. Still trying to complete the stairs. Again, like you said, with the classes, that's a really difficult thing for a class 2 to do, trying to lift up upstairs. If she gets through it, raising the flag now, we'll tie it down, and a nice big salute
Good
upcoming,
shot,
I would
Mommy
say.
salute. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and a big round of applause from that one.
I had faith in her. Those Texas people, they get her done.
Down, and a
Trish,
couple
again.
last, and you just see her not quitting there through the end.
You know, it's quite an accomplishment, plenty to be proud of, but she'll still be bummed out with her time because she expects a lot of herself, but you know,
And she
to be
is
doing what
tired.
she's doing is something definitely to be proud of. And a few people are a little bit quicker than you. Nothing to be ashamed of when it's like Paralympians like Laura Schwanger and stuff like that. A bunch of these first timers, we might have changing the guy with some of these young kids coming up.
You might
gotta
see a couple
remember, she's
future
been-
Paralympians.
She's been winning this stuff for a while and
Right.
had it for a while, you know. Time sometimes for the changing of the guard to come up, you know.
And you see some of these new faces that have had low times. You might see some new Paralympians here pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
That was Trisha LaBar in the 7 spot. Is going to be Dave Graham, a U.S. Navy Ridgeway, Missouri. This is his first games and his first Super G. It's Josh Freketic, Mike Gilbo here at the Super G for Xable.com. Super G hosted by Toyota and UPS. 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, co-presented by the Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Department of Veterans Affairs. We'll have to
He's
see
about ready to go, waiting for the signal.
the time on LaBar. 10 minutes, 5 seconds. I think my producer finally gives me the right. There's numbers just jumbled on paper. I think it's 10:11.5. And Graham will continue. Had a good start there down the slope and the sustained wheelie over those orange cones. It's a good start here for the first time Super G runner.
Yeah. Let's see how he handles. They're soaping up the thing right now as he approaches.
Soaping up the slip and slide.
Slip and slide's getting soaped up right now. As soon as they get within view coming through the door, they start soaping it up.
They got kids doing that over there. I think they're loving every second of it. Just putting a lot of soap down on there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he missed there. He didn't realize that he had to go backwards. He caught himself, though, and will go backwards now.
That's where the officials might say read the course, just to make them stop
Right.
and think.
And he's going to go a little bit slow. He's not going to have a lot of momentum going up there. Let's see how he goes.
Carry the momentum. You got to get it early. He's got a good angle on it, and he's probably got a little more tread on those tires than the basketball slicks like these.
And that's good hands. Ooh!
Uh-oh, he's down. There's 5 seconds right there.
Toppled down, coming down the steps.